A lot of running and a love of running has helped former paratrooper Rodney Cottam overcome the challenges he faced following a serious car crash in 2004. After extensive surgery and a year of intense treatment, he learned he had permanent paralysis of his left arm as a result of his spinal injury. But deploying the skills and discipline he learnt in the Army, he started his own annual ultra trail running challenges and became the epitome of resilience through running. He joins me live now in studio to talk about his latest venture, which is running 500 kilometres. Rodney Rocket Cottam, thanks so much for coming in. This is massive. Talk us through this run that you're planning. So it's from Port Macquarie to Sydney in Hyde Park, 500 kilometres, and you're going to do it in 106 hours? What?
That's the mission, yes. Yep, that's the mission.
How are there going to be breaks? Talk us through how long you're running for at a time and how you're going to do it.
Yeah, so the plan is we're starting 6 a.m. Monday morning from Port Macquarie, running roughly around 18 hours a day, so I need to be able to cover about 100 of his average 100 kilometres per day, try and get some sleep in there as much as possible, and then finish up at Hyde Park in Sydney.
When you run, and we just talked about some of your injuries there, do you feel the injuries, the pain that you've had when you run, and also how do you run with your arm not working?
Yeah, look, it's been something that I've sort of developed over time and got used to. There's ways to do things. You know, part of our motto in the Army is adapt, improvise and overcome. So over the years I sort of learnt to run differently. I just run with my hand in my pocket, which gets some funny looks sometimes. But I don't feel the pain as I'm running from my injury. I feel pain everywhere else when you run long distances, but sort of just something to get used to.
Have you ever run this far? Because we're talking about almost 5 k's an hour, roughly, if you don't take any breaks.
Yep.
Have you done a run this long in this short amount of time before? Is this the hardest thing you've ever done?
This will be the hardest thing I've done. I did a big run last November. I ran 350 kilometres in 5 days. From Southern Highlands to top of Mount Kosciuszko. That was tough, that was challenging. We did it. So now I just had to step it up and push myself further.
Why Port Macquarie to Sydney?
So effectively, Port Macquarie is 500 kilometres from Sydney. I wanted to finish in the Anzac Memorial in Hyde Park. It's obviously a very important place in Sydney. Sydney's my hometown, so I've got to pick 500 kilometres from that.
You're raising money. What are you raising money for? How much money are you hoping to raise? How can people donate?
So we're raising money for Invictus Australia. Back when I had my injury a long time ago, organisations like that didn't exist. It's really important that they're there to support veterans and their families as well, which is something we sort of forget about. The families are there that go through everything with veterans. So we're raising money for Invictus Australia. Last year we raised just over 41,000. This year I have to double that. That's my goal. So that's where the funds are going to.
Now you're starting this run on Monday, is that right?
Monday morning coming, yeah.
Are you ready? Are you? Do you think you're mentally? Are you ready for this?
Physically, I'm ready. I've been doing a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of races this year as well to prepare for it, to put my body under a lot of stress. So my body's as physically as best as it's going to be. Mentally is where I start to switch on now. So
why do they call you Rocket? Where did that come from?
It's actually a name I had long time ago, and sort of wasn't used for a while. But now I think that people sort of like you just run. So
yeah,
that's got the name Rocket.
Well, you're an inspiration to all of us. I wuss out from runs because I've got a slight sore hip. So I think after talking to you today, I'm going to go home and have a bit of a run. Good luck. I hope it goes well, and thanks so much for coming in.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Rodney Cottam there, and if you'd like to follow along with Rodney's trail run starting on Monday, or if you would like to contribute, you can head to runrocketrun.com. How good is that website? runrocketrun.com.